You've given me a lot of stuff to think about. And there's a lot of things that I would have liked to have said to you if I'd known that you were going before me. If anybody should have gone, it should have been me. But in a way, it's timely, in that it's time everybody takes account of their lives and their time that they've spent worshipping or not worshipping God. A lot of things I am grateful for you being there, even though we never had a lot to say when we got together. You were not very much one to talk, and you were more of an action person. You went out and did stuff. I was the one that used to sit down and theologise and look at every angle. Funny enough, if I hadn't got saved, you may not be here even for me to go to your funeral next week, because we probably, both of us, would have got knocked off back in the games because we were playing a dangerous game. I'd like to thank you, mate. You were such a solid Christian. I remember the early days when our pastor put a little list together of 8 or 9 guys that he thought had potential. He was giving them 5-minute talks. And you weren't on that list there, bro. On behalf said you were. And you went and asked him. He said, look, I'd like to be on the list. And he put you on the list. You were such a quiet guy. I mean, they called you Mr. Cool and the Angels. I didn't realise till after I saw you wander across to a Black Panther table full of Black Panthers and opened the inside of your jacket and showed them that sawed-off shotgun in there. Now I know why you were so cool, and they called you Mr. Cool and the Angels. But of course, you never stopped there, even as a Christian. You were cool, bro. Remember that massive big white Bible you used to cart around under your arm looking cool? Still had that shotgun, except it changed into a Bible. You never said a lot to people when you were in conversation, but when you got up to preach, you were a different person. So grateful for you being so reliable and so honourable to your Christianity and to your family and wife. You must have had some struggles, I know, I have. The aim was always that if there is a truth, and we found that out in Jesus Christ, then what do? What do we have to do? You did the right thing, as most of us out here are doing or trying to do the same thing. You walked the walk and you walked it right through. And the Lord took you. You're with Him now, you're with Moses and all the great saints of the Bible, basking in the light of Lord Jesus. He's enlisted you into His army, which you will arrive one day back on a horse in battle armour. I'd like to thank you, mate. Those of us behind have a lot to think about. You might have been left off that list, bro, but you're definitely the first one on the list to go to heaven. We all look forward to seeing you there. Had a thought on the way to church today about being a sweet fragrance, an offering. How our prayers go up there like incense. Had a word in the church about each of our different essences or fragrances is different. God sniffs and smells trying to find each person's fragrance, which goes up there before him, in the presence of all the angels, as a delightful fragrance. And so too, as a sacrifice. As we walk in our life, we sacrifice things for our belief. When we die, we leave our tent behind, but we go on. I'm talking to you, bro, because I know you're listening. You're there. I can't see you, but I know you're there. In the presence of the Father, and you can hear me. And I just wanted to say these few words. Put them up on the net, so others realise, that you walk the walk right through. You walk faithfully. Both of us have been saved, been going on 40 years in a couple of years. I walked 40 years in the wilderness. You walked 40 years in the pulpit. That's massive. We have a lot to think about, brother. Be blessed. We'll catch up.